How you doing? DeShaun Foster, head football coach at UCLA. I am on NFL Players Second Acts.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Peanut Tillman, and this is the NFL Players Second Acts podcast. My guy Roman Harper, he got the chest out today. Okay, man?
It's called West Coast.
It's called West Coast?
Just living the dream, baby.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. One of these days, I'm going to get a little hair on it. But anyways, up until that point, man, let me give all the thanks and shout out to all of our viewers and listeners out there, wherever you pick up your podcast, whether it's Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio app. Thank you for always tuning in. Give us a 5-star rating. Give us a review. Leave a couple comments. Make sure you hit that follow button. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Peanut, I'm excited about this guest that we have in the studio today. Here in NFL West Coast Studios.
West Coast, yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Shout out to them. Go ahead, man. Read us down his bio. He was a Carolina Panther, born in Charlotte, North Carolina, before going to the West Coast. So give us a shout out.
Keep it going. You started. Keep it going.
Well, all right, fine, then I will. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer at the UCLA Bruins.
Yes, sir.
Second-round draft pick by
Yes, sir.
Carolina Panthers, because it's a team of both Carolinas.
Yeah.
And now current UCLA head football coach, DeShaun Foster. Here
Welcome
we go.
to the pod.
That was all off the dome, too.
That was okay. I appreciate that. That was good.
Well, when you know somebody and you've seen somebody and observed them from a long time, you know who this person is. I played with this man on video games. I've had a jersey of his. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, so I know a lot about this young man. Not only that, but I played at the University of Alabama when he came to Tuscaloosa and put that thigh out on Alabama. So thank you. Thank you. I actually have the stats here if you want to talk about it.
I think I know him off top.
Oh, okay. Right there.
It was that good of a game. It was that good of a game.
Two times. It was two.
Oh, can you? How did you play? I don't know. I didn't watch that game. I was not there.
I might have had 180.
Ooh.
Yeah, the first game, 42 carries, a UCLA record at the time, 187 yards.
Okay.
That was at UCLA, so that was out here in
That was
California.
number 3. They came in there and got
Smacked.
They did. Hey, look, Alabama's just coming off the SEC championship. They had just started recruiting me at the time, and then they go on the road in UCLA. I mean,
they start feeling them.
People in Alabama didn't know who DeShaun Foster was up until this moment. Is that correct?
I would agree.
And then all of a sudden, everybody.
But the game started off bad. We threw a pick the first series. No. Fumble.
Uh-huh.
But we got it back, so we was behind the sticks. And having a punted to Freddie Millins.
Yep, Freddie Millins. That's
first punt of the game. 6.
Yes, sir. Freddie Millins was that guy back then. And then all of a sudden, they continued to just do that thing. 42 carries, 187 yards. Then my game, when I came onto campus, I was there. I was redshirting, of course, so I didn't actually get to play. But I was like, I just want to see this guy because I remember him last year watching him on TV, and I got to see him in real life person. It was another 24 carries for 110 yards. So,
ooh, nasty.
He dropped a serious stiff arm on my guy Reggie Miles on the sideline. That's when I was like, wow.
You were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, I was. I'm like, dude,
sick,
I remember this very vividly.
Right hand, left hand?
I think it was a right.
Right.
Oh, you remember it.
I think it was a right.
It was 2 years in a row, back to back.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But I only remember this stuff because Kendall Moorhead was
Big Mo.
Yeah, got drafted to Carolina, so we was always talking about it all the time. That's the only reason this is so
But
fresh.
isn't it amazing how we always, we don't remember half the stuff, but there's certain plays, it was like, oh, I remember that. Just like it was yesterday. It was a 22 toss right. It was my right hand. It was 2 years in a row. Got 187 yards. I took a counter. Like, we know all the intimate details about the play years later. I love that about us. That's awesome.
So, all right, well, enough bragging about your career at that point. We'll get back to more of it. I want to know about more of what you're doing currently. Mm-hmm. And you are now the head coach at UCLA. I love your swag. You are completely yourself, which I love. And then on top of that, what has been like the biggest welcoming or like you are a head coach now? Like, tell me about that moment. Have you anything been different? What is like the biggest takeaway that you're like, man, I don't even know if I was ready for that?
I mean, I got to this point being myself,
Mm-hmm.
so you have to continue, you know. You
Yeah.
can't take on a new person just because you're the head coach now.
Yeah.
You got to continue to be yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the number one thing. But it's it's just all the off the field stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm changing the nutrition.
Yeah.
Where we're staying that night before games. Just getting back to how it was when I played, where we stayed, stuff like that, bringing just back normal routines that the Bruins used to do. So,
All right, tell me the
Old
difference
school.
between where you guys are going to be staying versus like where you were staying.
so we have a hotel on campus.
Uh-huh.
The stadium isn't on campus, but we would stay at the hotel on campus and then bus to the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather stay at the hotel that's closer to the stadium
Yeah.
and then get up and go to the stadium in the morning without a longer drive.
Yeah.
It's just one less thing you got to stress
On
about
game day.
on game day.
Yeah.
You know,
Traffic in LA could be a situation at times.
you never know. Even though you got an escort still, but you never know.
Now,
So
are
it's
you
just-
doing a ton of admin stuff versus coaching? Like, are you still like coaching running backs? Are you still like, is there coaching still involved, or is it just you're overseeing everything?
I mean, there's coaching still involved, but I have a running back coach. So, Marcus Thomas, my running back coach. He was my assistant also.
Yeah.
He was at San Jose. I was able to bring him back. But as a head coach, there's a lot of admin. When you get in that position, it's more, you coach the coaches, but most of the stuff you're doing a lot of admin. You're really true a CEO, so my hands are in a lot of stuff. NIL, hiring of strength staff, nutrition,
Yeah.
academics.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of pieces that keep this train moving.
Now, there's one question I wanted to ask you because when I watched the interview, I was just like, damn, dude, UCLA have AC? My brother, you was sweating bullets in there. Like you had stole some. It was like the scene from Menace to Society
When he was sitting
when he was sitting in the interrogation room, brother, you was sweating so hard.
yeah,
And I was waiting for someone to say, you didn't mess up, don't you?
right.
Like, how hot was it in there, bro? Every time you said something,
It
you had
was
that,
a- yeah,
that
it was a,
sweat rag.
It was hot.
It was hot.
I had my coat on. It was just a lot going.
It was a lot
And it was
going up.
the room was filled with people.
Yeah.
It was a lot of people.
The room being filled with people, do you actually look back at that and say, man, not only am I the right man for this job, but the amount of people in this room tells me how excited they are to see me up here with this job. I saw how much the team celebrated. Like, we all saw that. That was great. You got your camera crew in here now. We all saw that all across social media. But what did that tell you when you see a room full of people excited to see that DeShaun Foster is being announced as the head coach of UCLA? What does that tell you?
Just the support. It was donors, alumni, ex-teammates. It was so many people just to feel that support and actually see them. A lot of people came from out of town. I saw teammates I hadn't even seen since last time playing with them. So it was just amazing that, people got word of this press conference. I got hired and they tried to find a way to get to LA and support me. So this program's on the rise. We got the support that we want. We just got to put a good product out there on the field and, change everything.
Now, you talked about being the head coach and you more of an admin and you're in charge of hiring. Eric Bieniemy, what does a guy like that bring to UCLA? Why was it important for you to have him on your staff?
I mean, being a first-time head coach, I shouldn't have to micromanage my offensive coordinator. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hiring Eric Bieniemy, I know I'm not going to have to do that. That's somebody that can command the room. The players are going to play for him. They're going to respect him. He's proven in the NFL, and there's nothing more than having a guy that's played where you want to get to and also was coaching there just recently. So I just thought it would resonate well with my players to be around an NFL caliber type offensive coordinator, and they've been taking on to him great, and I'm looking forward to finishing spring ball.
Now, you say that knowing that when you were in college, do you think players all look at it, well, that's an offensive coordinator that used to be in the NFL, so that's where I'm trying to get to. And that's how they want to observe it. I don't know how the young athletes are as much as maybe we were, how much we would take advantage of that versus, like, what are the guys doing now?
Well, I know for a fact that quarterbacks are looking at it like that.
Okay.
Because you're going from sign language to real verbiage.
Yeah, okay.
To the NFL. So you might want to get past that curve.
Get off the cards where they're just showing everything.
But that's not how you're going to be playing ball. So you remember that clip of Chris Sims with John Gruden?
Yeah.
And he couldn't repeat the play.
Couldn't get it.
Exactly.
And John Gruden was just coming at him.
That's the number one thing right there. So my guys are getting that, being able to get that out while they're still in college. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
They're getting that experience. They're understanding the verbiage and able to spit the play out, but you're getting that out of the way while you're in college. So now you're not learning the verbiage. You're really just playing once you get to the league if you have an opportunity to make it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
And so I saw in a press conference that somebody asked you if spring ball is coming, that Eric Bieniemy is the offensive coordinator. So how much do you have to put into putting your stamp on this offense or the collaboration?
Mm-hmm.
And I love that you confidently were like, well, it's my offense.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be my offense.
Yeah.
And he's just going to be calling it. What type of confidence does it take to say that, knowingly that everybody knows how much experience Eric Bieniemy has as a head coach, as a former player, as all the accolades that he has, but you knowing like, well, you know what, it's still my ship, so I got to get it going in the right direction.
Having the support of Eric Bieniemy that's somebody, when I spoke to him, it was like, I want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
So this isn't I'm trying to get myself here. He truly was, I want to see you succeed, and I'm going to help you get there. You know, when you're dealing with those type of people and you have those kind of people in your corner, there is no ego trips. There's no, I'm the boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a collaborative thing. We're going to work together, but this is my team.
Right.
The UCLA Bruins will embody what DeShaun Foster is about. So that's what you will see.
And as a head coach, how have you settled in? How are you settling into this job as the head coach of the UCLA Bruins? I know you've been on the staff you got on the staff in 13, back and forth. But 17 on, you've been the running backs coach and on the staff. So how are you settling in as the head coach of UCLA Bruins, and how's that going for you?
It's going well, but it's something that you're learning on the run. You know, I'm glad we're back in practice and stuff because I know this routine. You know, so this is more familiar territory. So I'm good with this. But you know, it's you're learning on the run. You're figuring stuff out. I'm talking to other ex head coaches, current head coaches.
Yeah.
Anybody that I can talk to pick their brain, I'm doing that. You know, because you gotta be knowledgeable and you can't think that you have all the answers. So I'm big on just getting information from other coaches. Depends on what sport. It doesn't have to be football. Just, you know, people that have led men. I just try to reach out to them and hear their different ideas on how they do certain stuff. So, you know, just like I said, you're learning on the run, but it's not nothing that I'm afraid of. It's not I'm made for this. Like I said in my press conference, you know, we play football. You guys know how it is.
Yeah.
We don't feel the normal stress that normal people do. You know, like there's a saying, you only feel pressure when you're not prepared.
Yeah.
You know, so
Let me write that down. I got to take some pictures and tell that to my kids.
you know, you only feel pressure when you're not prepared, and that's one thing that I know I'm gonna be prepared for.
Yeah. You said you were built for this. Do you think coaching is your life's calling?
Yeah, because I thought it was playing football.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now that being a coach and coaching running back, I see it's actually helping them get to their dream. It's
Right.
not me personally making it to the NFL. It was more of, you know, God put me here to help them obtain their
Right. Yeah. Discipline. What is it? Discipline, respect, enthusiasm. Where did that come-
Enthusiasm.
I'm sorry. Enthusiasm.
Turn that up a little bit.
Yeah, enthusiasm.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Discipline, respect, enthusiasm. Where does that come from?
So the discipline aspect, my dad was a Marine.
Yeah.
Like you guys said earlier, I was born in Charlotte. We got stationed in Tustin, and I ended up being raised in California. But the discipline aspect comes from my pops. And you guys both know you can't make it to the NFL and play at a high level without discipline.
Right.
Self-discipline, team discipline is just something that shows up on and off the field, and you got to have that to be successful. Respect. You got to respect the game, your parents. You know, we're still dealing with kids, so I'm still molding people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm still teaching them how to do certain stuff.
Takes a village.
Exactly. So the respect aspect, that used to be love, you know, but if you love somebody, you respect them, it's the same thing. So I just changed it to respect. And then enthusiasm is, this is the same game you've been playing, so don't lose that aspect of it. There's going to be dark moments. You guys, it's going to be dark times. So let's not make this harder than what it is right now. Let's enjoy it, have fun, and go about your business.
I like that. I like that. How long was your dad in the Marine Corps?
8 years.
All right, 8 years. My dad did 20 in the Army. What's the best place you've lived?
See, well, only one.
Just one place?
That's it. We only moved from Charlotte to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got lucky. Now I lost a lot of teammates. Ashley Lately, he was one of my teammates in high school. He ended up getting stationed to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of teammates. My high school played with Frosty Rucker,
Oh, Frosty. Yep.
Sam Baker, Chris Chester.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of people in our area, but the base was what really brought everybody.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. Well, Peanut loves to ask that. 'Cause
How many places were?
Yeah.
You're all over.
I was all over. I was
Yeah.
12 different schools.
See, I was
12
like,
different
I don't know why.
schools.
He went to Okinawa. When he came back, we moved from Charlotte to Cali. He got out in '88, and that was it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movement aspect of it. It made me who I am today. I loved everything about it.
So how excited was everybody in your family? Because I'm sure some of your family was still in the Carolinas when you finally got drafted back there.
Oh, man, yeah. So both my parents went to Olympic high school.
Olympic High School.
Yeah,
Yep, still there.
Olympic. My dad's from Clanton Park, over off Clanton. My mom's side was down the street. They're from Dalton Village, and off Clanton Road.
Okay.
But yeah, so we were the only ones out of the state. So it was almost like it was a blessing to go back home and get
Yeah.
to see both my grandparents, could see
Yeah.
me play. So it was cool to go across the United States, but to go somewhere that I had been familiar with.
Yeah.
I'd gone to Charlotte every summer. That was where you
Yeah.
get sent to your grandparents' house in the summer, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And Charlotte looks so different now, bro. It's
Way
crazy.
different.
It's so
Way
crazy.
different. Way different.
I got one for you. So when you made it to the when you started coaching running backs and you're coaching these college kids, right? Were there any NFL running backs that you used as examples? Like, no, when you hit this hole, you got to hit it like this. Well, look, when I played back in my day, I used to hit it like this. No, you got to take that side. You got to take those counter steps. You got to turn those shoulders. Like, do you use other players? Do you use yourself as examples?
I use other players just because they need history of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not.
They don't know it.
They're not like us. It's a different era of ball. They know the current people, but just the true, like deep.
Yeah.
It's they can only go so far. If they're not on Madden, they're not gonna know.
But they wouldn't know like a Barry Sanders or no one.
I mean, they'll know Barry. They'll know Barry.
But that's like the elite, right?
Yeah. But they're just
like, give me an example of some guys that you use that maybe they're not elite, or they would say like, oh yeah, Adrian Peterson would hit the hole.
I
this,
learned
or-
a lot from Stephen Davis.
Yeah.
Just being a big back, always have his feet in the ground, like Jamal Lewis style. But
Yeah.
nobody would know.
Jamal Lewis.
Stephen Davis ran a 10-1.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
South Carolina champ. He lost to Tim Montgomery in 100. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that stuff so it was just like that's a dude that was 230 running that fast.
Can we just say that y'all was like a two-headed beast though back in the day when y'all was playing? Like we played y'all a couple of times and it was nasty.
They
Like,
were
it was-
called Thunder and Lightning.
I just was two-headed. I can't say two-headed beast like that. Is thunder and lightning.
No, it's fine. I just want to give you the correct definition.
I don't have to
correct
go and convert to do conform to what you want though.
It wasn't even me. I didn't even make it up, but it's just what it is.
That playoff game, I broke my ankle.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that.
I got horse collared by Hunter
Hillemeyer,
Yeah.
University of Vanderbilt.
Make sure he sees this and hears this. with his camera at,
I will
all right?
text. I will
Yeah,
text.
make
him.
sure-
There it is. There it is.
Listen, Hunter, all right? This is how I'm coaching now because of that. That tackle right there. Just
Just so you know, we're not allowed to do that anymore. It's a fine. It's
Right.
a $15,000 fine.
Yep.
So you can thank Troy Vincent for that.
It probably should have been more. I just love that he used to rock the dark visor. I thought that was like off the chain. The little rubber elbow pads.
Yeah.
I mean, big fan of just all of it. With that being said, the swag in which you go about your business now. I mean, you got the Jordan polo on. I know UCLA sponsored by you guys, but the nice B on the hat. Like, you are yourself. I remember I saw Keyshawn Johnson talk about it with him and Skip, talking about when they introduced you on the UCLA basketball game. It was like, he had the chain on. He looked comfortable.
Mhm.
And so you don't want to change who you are. Like you said, these players know you.
Mhm.
All you want to do is be more of who you are to allow them to be more of who they are, I assume.
Exactly.
So how do you keep that going? Like, what will we see more of DeShaun Foster as this thing continues to unfold?
You probably gonna have to go on our UCLA website to see.
Okay. Okay. Put a little plug out there.
That's how you'll be able to see the true inside of DeShaun Foster and my coaching abilities. But you're always gonna find somebody that's. I just love ball.
Yeah.
It's something that changed my life. So, I know it can change these kids' life, and I'm just trying to make sure that I'm pouring into them how to become a man, how to be a man, and how to be consistent daily.
Yeah.
Because that's the number one thing at this age. Can they be consistent daily? I just try to make them do that.
Have they been receptive to that?
Most definitely. Just recently, I had just 3 people hit the portal. So, the team's supportive there. They've bought in.
Yeah.
With a short amount of time, But that's just because, like you said, they knew who I was. They knew what I stand for. And, I'm always keeping 100 with you. It might not be what you want to hear, but at least you're going to know this is the honest truth.
Yeah.
Is that hard dealing with like the portal, the NIL deals and all that? Is that a challenge? Because obviously that wasn't a thing, or it wasn't a thing when we was around. That has changed a lot, and it has added a lot of dynamics to college sports. So NIL, portal, guy doesn't like you. I'm leaving the portal. I need no playing time. Well, I'm leaving the portal. Well, look, I'm trying to get paid. So look, how much am I getting paid, and how much am I playing? Like, how are you dealing with that?
So why'd you pick Bama?
So I picked Bama on it. You want to know honestly?
They bought us from my house.
No.
You seen Blue Chips, right? Mama had a house. His daddy had a new tractor.
There was a tractor in the back.
Tractor in the back, all ready to go.
So
Getting them sweet potatoes.
He ain't said no. He just tried to go.
So I picked Alabama. That was really good though. That was good. I picked Bama for 3 reasons. Number one, I had Russell Athletic in high school, and Alabama was Nike. So you probably get a little bit of love off of Jordan. Number two, the colors I had in high school were similar to the colors I had in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one was I liked the DB coach. And that's the mind of an 18-year-old. And so that was why I chose Alabama. My mom didn't want me to leave the state, so I said, okay. She's like, you got 6 schools, pick one. Because my mom was not thinking like NFL. Yeah. That wasn't on my family's mind. It's just go get an education. Go to college. Exactly. You're going to go to college.
Okay, so that seemed relationship based.
Yes.
Because you like the defense coach, right?
I did.
Well, it's transactional now.
Yeah.
You know
okay.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not that's still in there.
Yeah.
But it's not the end all be all. That's why we have the portal.
Yeah.
Because it's not relationship based, so it's transactional. Mm-hmm. When I get over this transaction,
then we can build a relationship.
And I don't really know if this relationship is going to work. I'm just going to get out of here.
Yeah.
And that's how we ended up where we are now.
That makes a lot more sense, though.
It does.
Because the fact you're like, look, the relationship stuff is nice. It's great for us to talk about it, but it's transactional now. And so the fact that you already understand this, you're like, look, this is just what it is. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't seem like a lot of other coaches where they struggle with some of these things in the new era or new age of college football or college sports where it's like they're still yearning for this relationship where they're coming to me. They're coming for our program and what we are as the legacy and all that other stuff. And you're like, nah.
What can you do for me right now and what can I get?
But how do you look at this, though? Because me, I would be driving crazy, and I'm like, all right, I know you're looking for what you can get out of us, but it's also like, dude, you be like 4th string right now.
Yeah, but another thing that helps me is that our academic component kind of filters that out for me a little bit.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Because if you want academics, you're not really chasing certain things.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
I'm lucky enough to be at a school where our academic component is at a certain level. So that's going to it's going to get me certain type of kids.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah. So I want to talk about the importance of being a black head coach and just having a diverse coaching staff. Like I'm looking at what you got right here, and this is This is impressive, and I like what you're doing, and I like that you're giving these guys an opportunity, and you're putting them down and you're putting them on. Why was it important for you to hire primarily, from what I can tell, is primarily a large black coaching staff?
I I interviewed millions of people,
Yeah.
and these were the people that I felt were the most qualified to come to UCLA and teach these young men,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what race, color, creed, you know. And it just happily ended up being how that is.
Okay.
But Coach Bieniemy is a great coach. Coach Ted White, Eric Frazier. These are all people I interviewed, and I was just blown away. After the interview, I was like, man, they're really, somebody that I can tell they want to teach.
Yeah.
That was the number one thing, because it's not coaching. People just think you're out there just yelling at them. You have to teach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
You guys
I agree.
know.
We've all
I
had
agree.
we've all had
Yeah.
that coach that, God damn it, son, what the hell is you doing? Get your ass out of here. God."
And you
Coach,
looking
just
like
tell me my mistake.
yeah.
so I
You're
can
looking
fix
like
it.
I don't even know.
I'm still waiting for the
Yeah,
coaching
like-
point in there.
Right.
help
right.
me
Yeah.
so I can be better.
Yes.
Yeah, help me.
You know?
Yeah. I couldn't stand
And we've
those
all
coaches.
gravitated to that coach that we knew was teaching us that. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even if it was the assistant, it didn't matter who it was. We just saw he has knowledge and he's teaching it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me go over here and see and talk to him a little bit more. So it just happily ended up that way. These were all the guys that I felt were qualified for this job.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited that, that the players are responding to them the way
Mhm.
that they are, and the community is supporting us the way that they are too also.
Yeah, you said you love this game, and you were done at the age of 28, which is kind of a little young in the league.
Well, it was Hunter Hillmeyer's fault.
Well, yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's Hunter. Sorry, Hunter. They hate you. I think you're a good teammate. I'm not gonna call it a
Hunter
dirty play,
Hillmeyer.
but hey, it happens as part of the game. I apologize. Do you miss it?
Yeah, you always miss it.
You always miss it.
Especially Saturdays when I wake up, I'm out there on the grass. That's, if I wasn't away from it, I wouldn't.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, but-
You're
Yeah.
too close.
Yeah, it's right there. You gotta,
Too close. Too close.
but
No, I do.
it's a good miss.
Yeah.
It's just something that you've done. That's the only thing I've done more. Only other thing I've done more than football was school.
Right.
I played from 2nd to 28,
Yeah.
29. So it's the same. That was life.
Yeah. Now, are you happy with how your career turned out?
I wish the injuries wouldn't have
Mhm.
happened, but I didn't see the path at that time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The injuries helped me get to this point.
I got you.
I'm thinking I'm supposed to be at another point.
Yeah.
So it was just good that I was able to get through all that and figure it out, and now I found like my true calling.
Do you think if you would have had a longer career, you would have still wanted to be a head coach, or just like, nah, I just
I don't know, because I might have got that fix out of the way.
understood?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Not totally sure. So
So I can attest to what you said about being close to the grass. I was in Missouri last year. We went and saw them in their opening game. And you're like walking around in pregame, and you're like, you naturally start looking at other players and you're like,
Yeah.
is he ready to play?
yeah. Or like, dude, that guy would not want to see me.
Yeah.
Like these things naturally start to come out of us. We
Oh,
can't
yeah.
help it.
Yeah.
And so I totally understand. You're like, bro, if I could get like 3 carries.
I'm still like that now.
It still happens. The thing I'm very proud of you is that you went back and paid your dues as a coach.
Mm.
You did a GA. You went back and finished your degree. How far away were you?
6 classes.
Okay, yeah, so not much.
Yeah.
So it's a couple semesters. You go back, you finish your degree. You're like, no, I don't need, I don't know if you wanted to. Maybe you can talk about that. But you went back and did all those little things
Old school.
and laid the groundwork to get yourself in position to where you are right now. Do you really talk about that with your players, talking about laying the groundwork or the foundation, being that consistent guy every day that allowed you to be able to get the opportunities you had today? Or, like, how do you go about speaking about your journey, your path to get you to where you are right now?
So I just didn't want to be handed anything.
Yeah.
We were never handed anything in football.
Mm-mm.
So I truly wanted to work for it. I just happily had to finish my degree, so that chance happened at UCLA. You know, but I didn't want to just come back to UCLA and hand me a job.
Yeah.
I should be the running back coach. No, I'm gonna show you that I should be the running back coach.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna work every day. I was 32 when I started. I'm in the sweat box. We call it the sweat box. I'm in the sweat box with 18, 19, 20. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the PowerPoints for stuff. Like, I was ground level.
Yeah.
Right.
Me and Jesus, my camera, we started together. He's the head of the camera department. You know what I mean? Like, of our video and everything.
We up now, Jesus.
Hey,
we up.
what up?
We up.
You know, so it was just, I started from the bottom.
Yeah.
And I try not to say that all the time, but it was truly, I just didn't want to be handed anything. You got to work for stuff.
But it means more, though.
I also
You
want
know
to
what
know.
I'm saying? Like, I think it means more than when you can tell your kids, whoever's like, no, I got this position, but do you know how I got this position? I started here. I did this. I went from the bottom to the top to here, mid-level, assistant coach, assistant head coach now. I'm a head coach. I got my opportunity. I wasn't the kid who was just a consultant, and then someone said, hey, you want to be the head coach? You know, no one called me up one day, and that does happen.
It does.
I'm just saying.
I've seen crazier things.
Yeah.
I would also want to know this, though, is that do you see it? Because I have asked some of my former teammates about this whole deal, the dynamic that is former players being coaches versus non-former players that are coaches, how they view the former players as coaches. I want to know how have you had to deal with that? Because I know it's a thing. Like, everybody talks about it. It's like the non-playing coaches look at former players just a little bit differently.
They do.
You're going to ruffle some feathers. See what you're doing? You're going to ruffle some.
I just want to talk about it. Let's just get this out here.
It's just, they don't think we can teach.
Is that what it is?
It's because you can play the level, you can play the game. They just don't understand that. Yeah, I can teach it. We have a master's in football.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You have a master's in football. You do.
I think we got doctors in football.
You know, exactly.
Like,
you know what I'm
saying?
saying?
We know this.
It's second level. Yeah, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's literally that. But you might have to be taught how to teach.
Yeah.
But still go about it like that. But a lot of guys, they don't think that they actually worked hard in football because it was always fun. But
Yeah.
we knew it was hard. That's what happens when they go into a new business. They think that it just should be easy, even though you worked so hard. Our body of work was from second grade to, you know what I mean? It wasn't just that junior season when I balled and left. It was a lot.
It was a grind.
You know, just to get the scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
Just to play varsity football first after freshman year. You're like, damn, I'm going out there with the big boys now.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean? Like, it was
people
forget about that. The odds, the numbers is way
Yeah.
bigger. Yes.
It was
15 on varsity.
Yeah, it was a process to get there.
Yeah.
But sometimes they just think that we can't. But I was going to show you. So I didn't have a problem with any of that.
I think former players always have the advantage that we can, especially the good ones, they can not only teach you, but I mean, if push comes to shove, I'm gonna get out here and show you
I
too.
will show you exactly
That's
what you need to do.
it can show you.
Yes.
This is where you need to be. This is how your feet need to be. And so I love that. Hey, shout out to Jesus, man. We got a camera on my man now. Shout out. There he is. Get him some love.
There you go.
We up now. There it is. Okay.
So
Jesus ain't say nothing. He just like,
that's
uh.
he's a behind the scenes guy, huh?
You can be like Guillermo with Jimmy Kimmel, dude. You got to keep, you know what I'm saying? Keeping it, yeah. Let's go. I got one for you. What was your welcome to the NFL moment? Did you have one of those? Get to the league and it's just like, dang, that's okay. I'm in the league right now. This is
Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple moments.
okay.
First off, Rodney Peete was my quarterback my freshman year. I was a big baseball player too, so Rodney Peete was like he was that dude to me.
Didn't even know he was a huge baller. I mean, he got drafted 4 times.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Like, Rodney Peete was. So when he was on my team my rookie year, I was like, damn, this is Rodney Peete.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's 88. I was 8 when I was looking. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
think about that's Rodney Peete. 91 when he was with the Lions.
Yeah.
11. Like, this is Rodney Peete. My first carry in the NFL, I went 67, stiff arm Darryl Green. So that was like, wow. and he ran across the field and ran me down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was
Still rolling.
Still moving.
he was 50 and still
moving.
you know?
Had them wheels.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna tell you a story on how I got to wear that visor.
Yeah, because I was like, bro, you were cold with the visor. Before anybody else had the dark boy, you was rocking it.
He looked scary.
Yeah. So Donovan Darius
Yeah.
playing safety. We're playing Jacksonville my Super Bowl year, so second year. Running like a stretch to the right to the boundary, short side, coming up, D tackle right there. I kind of gave him a move. He got on me a little bit, so I spun out of it. When I spun, he grabbed me a little bit, so I'm hopping to get out of the spin. You know,
Yeah.
back is to the D.
Mm.
You know what he did. Wow. Just concussed, everything, out, sleep. Next week, I got a visor, and now we're here. Now we talk about how sweet I was with my visor. But that was my welcome to the NFL. I was like, dang, I knew I should. And in my head, I was thinking, just get down. But I was like, in college, I done did this and got out of it.
I can jump 2 or 3 times. I got time.
I got time. No, you don't.
You do not have
No,
time.
you don't.
You do not have time. You don't.
And that was the welcome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's no good.
So I love, I mean, this whole UCLA thing. It's just, how much pride do you take is like, you know, I went to Texas Tech for a year. I'm sure Lubbock was awesome, even though it's in the middle of nowhere. But coming back, and now you're the guy for your alma mater. Like, does that really, like, man, how – did you just wake up the next day after the meeting? Or tell me how this call went, too. I want to know how the call went to tell you, like, hey, you're gonna be the guy.
So I interviewed a couple times, Zoom, in person, and then Super Bowl Sunday, talk started getting serious. Super Bowl Sunday. And then Martin called me by the end of the Super Bowl and was like, hey, come by my house, let's talk.
And Martin is?
Our AD.
Okay.
Martin Sharma. And then once he called me and said that, I was like, okay, this is serious.
Yeah.
You know? And we were watching Super Bowl at my house. I was with my wife. And it was just like, all right, here we go. I'm going to be back. And when I came back.
It wasn't like, you come with me? It's like, nah, I'm just by myself.
Uh-huh.
I guess when the AD calls, you do got to go.
Yeah. So I left, came back, and I just walked in. We had a small conversation, and he was like, you ready to be the next head coach of UCLA? And I was like, yep. And now we're here. But it was more of a process. It was a longer process than that, but I'm not going to get involved.
Yeah.
It was, you know, a Zoom, face-to-face interview, just painting the picture for them, letting them see exactly what my vision was, you know. And I was just glad that they were able to see it.
And so does it make you feel any type of way that I've read a couple articles about your former teammates saying that, like, we could totally envision this guy being a head coach just because of the work ethic, and quoting Stephen Davis, he said he understands the little things about winning every day. And I guess you guys are still really good friends. Mm-hmm. And so when you hear your former teammates honor you with praise to say about, no, actually this guy showed all the signs, we just weren't paying attention all the way back when. And so they're not surprised at all when they see you in this position, even though some of us may be. Mm-hmm. Does that give you pride? Does that give you a sense of, okay, they did see my work ethic, even though I may not have always shown it or be in front of the camera, but what I did on a day-to-day basis kind of showed everybody who I am as a person.
I wasn't even aware Big Dog said that, but
yes,
I appreciate that.
I'll send you the article.
Yeah. He because that's coming from somebody that taught me the game. Like, my game elevated watching him play, seeing how he watched film, just, you know, just going about being a pro. Like, my game elevated with him because he came the second year. But that's just good because you never know if people saw what was going on, how you were working. You know what I mean? You just put your head down and work. So it didn't matter even if you weren't getting the praise, you're still going to work because that's just what you know. But I'm glad that I was able, you know, that they can see that it wasn't the opposite. Like, oh, hell no. How do you get the job? You know what
I mean? I have seen that before, though. I was like, man, hell no.
The hate always gonna come out at some point for some people.
Who?
Definitely.
That's how it's gonna be. So Super Bowl 38, I think that was 03. That was my rookie year. What's your biggest memory from that Super Bowl?
Everybody texting me about Janet Jackson. But I played the game.
What
I
a
was like, I
call!
don't know nothing
What a
about-
call!
You know what I mean?
Man.
Everybody-
What a call!
Yes.
I forgot about
I forgot, yeah.
Yeah, everybody
Shout out to
talking-
JT.
that. Shout out to JT.
Shout out. Oh, he put the camera down. I can't shout him out for that one. He put the camera down.
But yeah, that was a.
That was it. That
was
wow.
it.
That's it.
You know?
Nothing about the game.
That's just
the halftime.
Okay.
I mean, it looks
I
set up.
forgot, yeah. I thought it was set up too, personally. I was like, they just publicity. Oh, it wasn't. Okay. Man. Okay.
Felt that way.
I wasn't expecting that one. That one
That's-
completely caught me off guard.
Me too.
Good job, Thomas. Yeah, there you go. He knew that. That's why he was hoping. He was hoping for it. Hey, please say halftime show. Please say halftime show. Yes, got him.
Oh my gosh. So we got to go back because this is the most amazing stat about you that unless you know you really don't know, and that is that you almost rushed for 4,000 yards in high school.
Oh, yeah.
3,998. Number one, why did they not push you forward for 2 more yards to get 4K?
Yeah.
50-something touchdowns, which I guess you recruited a running back that actually broke your record.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. How is that young man doing?
So he's playing for the Redskins now.
Okay.
The Commanders.
Yeah.
Yes, it's all fine.
You good?
Yeah,
No worries. You good?
Some actually native groups in that area actually want them to go back because
Okay.
they said that was a big chief of theirs. That the
Gotcha.
memo. But anyway,
Yes. So he's playing for the Commanders, still fast. He was a 10-2 100-meter runner, one state, California, but he scored 74 touchdowns his senior year.
Who was he playing?
One season.
1 year.
1 year.
Did anybody else score a touchdown for this team?
Apparently not.
It's like 70-something touchdowns in 14 games.
In
I saw
14
you say.
games.
Yeah, that's
It was
ridiculous.
impressive. It was
Yeah.
very impressive.
Yeah.
Kaz
Yeah.
Allen, that's his name. Casimir Allen.
Cashmere Allen.
Mhm.
And so
Shout out.
I got to know when you're on this run of like almost 4,000 yards. What was a normal game for you, and then what was like? Oh, this was my highlight game.
Okay, so I got lucky because all of my teammates, all the other running backs were a year ahead of me.
Okay.
So my junior year, we had 3 running backs over 1,000.
Oh, so y'all just toting the rock.
Yeah, we're going to run that rock now.
Yeah.
And we had another dude with 800, so we running the rock.
Yes.
Ouch.
Yeah. They all graduated.
Okay.
So it's just
All you.
That's it. It wasn't, we didn't change the offense, nothing. I'm just getting everybody else's carries now. That's the thing. That was the thing.
Okay.
Everybody else graduated, went to college, and I was the youngest one of our whole crew.
Quarterback must have been trash. He can't throw. We just running the ball.
we're gonna run the
Oh,
rock.
he's pitching it and leading blocking. Pitch that in the lead block, man. Go in.
Oh,
He was a
my
catcher
God.
too, so he's a tough dude.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. So here's a question we like to ask everybody. Who is on your personal Mount Rushmore of your success on the field, off the field, where you are today, right now? And it's 4 if you don't
4,
know.
yeah.
No.
So I'm gonna go both my parents,
Mm-hmm.
my wife Charity, because I just got married too. So
Oh, I saw the pictures.
yeah,
Congrats.
My wife follows your
yeah.
way.
Just with all the favor I've gotten since that's happened,
Yeah.
it's been Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter, the head coach, the
Yeah.
Raider job before that, then the head coach. Just all of that. And then I think I'm up there as probably my high school coach.
Yeah.
Just because he was somebody that, like Pops already was preaching the discipline aspect, but just to get it from somebody else too.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah, that's how, because
Yeah.
that could get repetitive. Like, man,
I know.
but he would stay on us. We had, I think my last year in the NFL, 08, we had the most guys in the NFL, 6 guys.
Yeah.
Oh, your high school did.
Yeah, my high school did. So my
Shout
coach-
out.
Yeah, so Myron Miller, that was my high school coach. So I'll put him up there.
I like that. What else you got?
I mean, I'm just so impressed by this young man.
I
I
am
just
too.
heard Thomas in my ear trying to talk something, but I'm not listening to Thomas.
Yeah,
So,
me neither.
yeah, I want to talk about one thing because I was just in the Rose Bowl. How do you like the Rose Bowl has all this lore, all this the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all. Beautiful stadium, beautiful backdrop. But man, I know you don't have to deal with this, but going to the restroom in the Rose Bowl.
Now I went to the Michigan Alabama game. So
Okay.
and I was in the stands.
So you understand the struggle.
Yes.
It's
The line
yeah.
it was a lot.
I don't know this problem because
It's
I don't never
Dude,
had those.
it is
big
a whole
school problems.
situation at this Rose Bowl, dude. And then trying to get out of there.
It was yeah.
You don't have
Yeah.
you need security.
Okay,
You need security. Seriously.
I've never been. Maybe when y'all go this
There you
year,
go.
I'm coming.
You coming to a game?
I'm coming. I'm coming to a game. We coming to coach. I'm gonna teach. Camera 3. I'm teaching y'all the peanut punch. Y'all gonna have all types of turnovers and takeaways. Defense. That's what they about now.
We should have did this from the school. We should have did this right from our little patio overlooking the field.
I would have loved that.
I
Then
would've loved that,
I would give I want recruiting pitches. I want to walk around the facility.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen UCLA. I'm
Me
from
neither.
Alabama, so I
Come-
don't
yeah.
know.
Come on down.
All right.
Check us out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
All
want to
right.
holler at your DBs. That's what.
Yeah, come check
DBs
us
and
out.
safeties. I'm going to holler at y'all.
Most definitely.
Teach y'all to take away punches. I got a doctorates in it. I'm
How does
telling you.
that feel to actually have something that is being taught with your name connected to it?
It's humbling. It feels good. But it's humbling. Like you said earlier, the hard work. I didn't just wake up and be like, all right,
I'm just doing this now.
no. It was a process.
It graduated to
and I
that.
graduated
Yeah.
to what it is today. It's a coach put it in my ear, and then I was like, okay. And then I did it one way, and when I got to the league, I had to adapt and do it a different way because what I was doing in college wouldn't work in the league. So I had to master my craft, and just watching film and doing it over and over, I got my 10,000 reps, and
Yeah.
I became a master at this specific move. And I like that high school, college, NFL, they teach it. So I'm just like, yeah, I left my mark.
Yeah,
So I'm proud of that.
that's amazing.
And I got to
Be
be
able to
honest
say
with
you left your mark on football,
Yes.
not the NFL, football. Like you
Yeah.
said, all levels are doing that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's truly amazing.
I appreciate that.
All right, man. We'll get us out of here, Peanut. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. DeShaun, hey, we appreciate you, boss. This was
Thanks,
this
man,
was
for real.
this was
Appreciate it.
awesome.
Thank
You for blessing us.
Congrats.
Thank y'all for listening, tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, follow, give us a 5-star rating. Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio app. Y'all follow us, spread the love, spread some love. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell her what?
Friend.
Hey, I'm Peanut, Rome, DeShaun, NFL Player Second X Podcast. We out.
you, guys.